Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Hands up! You're 18! Yeah.
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
93, 52, 93, 44.
So Dalton now. Going deep downfield for Ross. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here we go.
53, Mike. Check.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Wide.
Here's Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a pretty shaky start here from both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in Week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977, but since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams, and the Bengals have won 11 of them, including the last meeting back in October of 2015. He's letting this one go, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Will Fuller, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. And his kick is no good. And Inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Let's go. Yeah, we got that fixed.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
All right. We should have made sure our shit was right. Anyway, man, it's these. I can't get my lineup like I want.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
Watch the twist.
Here we go, 47. Hey, kill. 26.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Prescott. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Kill. Hush, boy. There we go, kill. 26.
Now Prescott. And this is caught at the 8. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Check. 53 Mike. Check.
26.
Throwing. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now Dalton. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Regular. Hey, Charlie.
Passing, it's Dalton. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. A 4th down gamble with Dalton. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the interception, here's Prescott out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. You think back to last year, Dak Prescott was sacked 56 times, 2nd most in the league behind Deshaun Watson of the Texans. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the... And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They run. This is Cohen. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Let's go!
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this 1st half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Mike, 53. Mike. Hey, we got to get to the ball.
On 2nd down now. It's Coleman. It's a big play there for Seattle. 54 yards. Nothing fancy there. A little smash mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut as you described and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. From 13 yards out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Gano the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves.
It got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. First down, a run with Cohen. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now they'll run it with Cohen, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run, and the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. He's going to rifle one deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Mike.
Prescott to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Got some room at the 30. Cuts right. And a cut to the... And he's in for a touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the...
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken very short. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch, going to net them 23 and a first. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Prescott now. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Flushed out right. That is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. From the 38, Dalton. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10.
Let's go, baby.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Josh Doxson there to make the grab. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here's Prescott. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Miles Jack with a sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Looking deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute off.
And all the way in.
That nigga was score.
Tariq Cohen with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Point after now from Catanzaro. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman.
Damn, good shit.
11 yards there, first down.
Come on, baby.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
53. Get your swerve on.
Prescott on first down.
Oh, my
And
God.
look
How
at
they
that,
fuck
a
me like
diving
that?
catch. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
Check 6 guys. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
On play action, Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Seattle, Washington. To try again after the sack. Prescott, a lot of folks start. And now here is another interception. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
Throwing again. Dalton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
52-93, 44.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton.
Oh, he dropped
And
it
he
out.
bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. So instead of the incredibly obvious choice of trying to punt it out near midfield, now they've left their defense with no margin for error.
No, 0.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Well, and now it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
So even when they get a touchdown in this game, which hasn't really been a stellar contest for them, they can't even cap it off and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going right. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Dalton, flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
On 3rd down, it's Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run, as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hands up! Green 18! Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got fastest. Hands up!
And now to the air. Dalton. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, Team 6.
They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 13, and how about that? They're able to convert on 4th and 10. Andy Dalton now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton.
Come on, quit overthrowing this boy.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down near the 5. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Prescott. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL, and now making start number 49 to kick off 2009. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 20, and he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal?
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check, 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 check.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Escaping the pressure right. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates. The Seahawks on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here we go.
Check the back. Check the back.
First down, Prescott. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Here's Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
It's complete to Grant. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
53.
Prescott off play action. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here, and he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
53, check.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here you go. 93, 52, 96.
Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at a...
Good game.
About the 30-yard line. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Bengals, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they obviously